What's 100,000 Chase points actually worth? A lot of this depends on how you plan to use them, cashback and travel offering dramatically different numbers. Even within travel, learning how to transfer points and find availability can open up doors to even more upside. Today we're going to look at all the tools and options you have available as of mid-2025. Big favor, hit the like button to help with the algorithm. If you know someone that might benefit, then share this with them. The first option, and the one I'd avoid, is pay with points. Hopefully no one's using this.
It's a trap!
As the name implies, this option allows you to use your points to pay for transactions. When using points in this way at checkout, each point is worth 0.8 cents per point. Put another way, you're getting an eighth of a cent, meaning that 100k points is 800 in value. Ironically, this is actually better than some competing bank points. The main issue is that you have better options within Chase. Crazy enough, you're actually better off shopping like normal, charging to your card in full, and then using the next method. Option number 2 is cash back or as a statement credit. Here you get 1 cent per point, meaning that 100k points would be 1,000 in value. This can either be used against your credit card bill or as a statement credit. If you have a Chase checking or savings account, you can credit it there. As much as I love some competing systems, if you're not 100% that you're going to travel, Chase offers less downside risk. On that note, if you want to learn about Chase cards or cards from any other issuer and you want to support the channel, we do have links on the website, AskSebby.com, and also down below in the description box. Make sure the links are competitive, but otherwise, it's a huge way to support the channel, so thank you in advance. Option number 3 is events. This one's in the same 1 cent range, meaning that 100k points would be 1,000 in value. For example, this culinary event is $125 or 12.5k points. They also have sporting events, for example, $3,500 for a $35 ticket to the Women's PGA Championship. This is actually the same price you'd normally pay. They also have some exclusive events, and if anything, that feels like the value prop. For example, if you like Jay Shetty, they have a VIP experience. This includes a meet and greet and photo, pre-show, and signed book. If the event resonates, then great, otherwise don't worry about it. Number 4, gift cards, which can definitely be a mixed bag. It typically depends on the brand and whether they're running promotions. Mainstream popular ones are usually 1 cent per point, so 1,000 points is $10. If it's the same value as a statement credit, then not really worth it to me. They do have promos, for example 10% off or 15% off Spa Finder. A $15 gift card for 1,350 points is 1.11 cents per point or $1,100 in value for 100k points. They also have Sapphire specific sales, for example Neiman Marcus, where you get a $25 gift card for 2,000 points. $25 for 2,000 points is 1.25 cents per point or 1,250 for 100k points. You need to care about the vendor obviously, but there is upside above pure cash back. Number 5 is pay yourself back. This is pretty much statement credits with the potential for higher value. Chase will often have different categories and also different promotional periods. Categories we've seen in the past include gas stations, wholesale clubs, pet supply stores, and even brand partners like Airbnb. On the top end, ignoring the donation option, you're getting 1.25 cents per point. But this is only with the Chase Sapphire Reserve. So pay yourself back with the Chase Sapphire Reserve, depending on categories, will be 1.25 cents per point times 100k points is 1,250 in value. Not bad at all, especially if the categories line up. Next up is Chase Travel. Pretty much going on their OTA portal and booking travel. For this one, it varies by card and when you earned the points. Points earned prior to October 26, 2025 can be redeemed for 1.25 or 1.5x depending on card until October 26, 2027. This is for existing cardholders prior to June 23, 2025. With the Chase Sapphire Preferred Card, that's 1.25 cents per point or 1,250 in travel. Chase Sapphire Reserve, 1.5 cents per point is 1,500 in travel. With the new refresh, there's also a new option called Points Boost. With Points Boost with the Chase Sapphire Preferred Card, you're getting up to 1.5x on top booked hotels and flights with select airlines through Chase Travel. Also up to 1.75x on premium cabin tickets on select airlines through Chase Travel. The caveat though, like most things in life, is that you want to check your options. You also have to want to fly to selected airlines, which can change over time. With the Chase Sapphire Reserve, it's a little bit different. It's going to be up to 2x on top booked hotels and flights with select airlines through Chase Travel. This isn't a bad option for travel by any means, but for most people who want to maximize value and don't mind putting in the legwork, you want to transfer out to partners and use partner award charts. We'll talk more about that one with number 8. Number 7 though is Chase Dining, which is pretty much the same idea, but for food. You do need to book through the Chase Dining portal, but value can be great. The portal is powered by Talk and does lean more towards mid-level and more expensive options. For example, a dinner and mojito, which would be $82 a head, so 5,466 points. Or on my Kase bar, that's $240 or 16,000 points. $240 is the same price as normal if you went outside of this. A lot of taco restaurants will take a deposit per person, and the deposit can be used towards the bill. For Chase Dining with the Chase Sapphire Preferred Card, it's 1.25 cents per point, so 1,250. With the Chase Sapphire Reserve, 1.5 cents per point, so 1,500. Main takeaway, 1.25 up to 1.5 cents per point, depending on the card you have. With the caveat that you like eating. The last option, which is also the most complicated, is transfer partners. The idea is that we're transferring points from our Chase accounts to one of their partners. Note that we're not just booking through Chase Travel. And in fact, when you're looking at options, it's under travel, we're looking at transfer points to partners. You're going to see a bunch of options, but not all of them are made equal. Good ones to me include Air Canada, Singapore, and Virgin Atlantic for airlines. And pretty much only Hyatt for hotels. Normally they transfer at a 1-to-1 rate, but sometimes there are promos. We're looking for programs with award charts that offer a relatively fixed price. The value is often relying on that chart when the hotel is expensive. This might be seasonal, it might be last minute travel, it might just be that certain things are always priced at a premium. The chart means that there's a set price or a set range of prices, but at least it's known. Compared to market price where it can go up and down. For flights, the one I talk about a lot because I use a lot is Virgin Atlantic. You transfer Chase points to Virgin Atlantic is partnered with ANA, and you would call in to then book a flight. Virgin has an award chart for spending their Virgin points with ANA. The ones relevant for us are between Japan and Hawaii, Western US, or Central and Eastern US. I'm in San Francisco, and for me, one-way economy is $30K, business is $52.5K, and first is $72.5K. For people in Chicago or New York, you're looking at $32.5K for economy, business at $60, and first at $85K. For economy, I'd argue that the juice isn't worth the squeeze outside of edge cases. You might be better off booking on Chase Travel. For first and business though, most people would happily pay 2 times economy since retail is a lot more than that. For example, SFO to Tokyo for April 2026 in business class is $7,771 round trip, or about $3,800 per way. First class is $19,415 round trip, which is about $9,700 per way. These are by no means free trips. The points could have been cash back, and they also could have been normal trips. But to me, 52.5K points plus fees for business or 72.5K points plus fees for first is a great deal. The one disadvantage of points is finding availability. You basically need to be flexible and willing to do homework. The best way to think of it is like fantasy sports, where you might check it daily. Note that Virgin Atlantic is a bit weird for ANA business class, close to departure, but first class is unaffected. There's also tools that can track and send alerts when space pops up, like Seats Arrow, and that's been my go-to for the last 2 years. For example, as of researching this on June 1st, there's space for June 4th, 7th, 24th, and also April 7th of 2026. As you can tell when looking normally, there's not much space, just some sprinkles here or there. Every few months, they do dump space though, and you'll see a few months of options. When it does happen, I try to send emails since it's a lot faster than making videos, so it might be worth signing up. But yeah, pretty much share good deals as I find them. Hotels are another great example, and my go-to use case is skiing. Since these hotels and even nearby Airbnbs can cost an arm and a leg during the winter. Let's say you want to go to the Grand Hyatt Vail to start off the Christmas season. Let's look at December 24th as an example. You have 2 options for points, both at 35K. This is available and bookable. All-in price is 35K. Note that if you're on the fence, you do have to cancel 60 days before arrival. But otherwise, if you find space, you can book it and lock it in. Okay, so is this worth 35K? Yes, if you like skiing like I do. That same date and same room type is $698. Using points of Hyatt, you avoid a lot of the fees that you have to pay when paying normally. So all-in cash price is $773. 773 divided by 35K points is 2.2 cents per point. My hurdle rate for transfer partners is 2 cents per point. If we're above that, then great redemption. Main takeaway, you have a ton of options to redeem Chase points. The great thing about Chase points is the comparably high floor value, while having the same ceiling value as competitors. Also a pretty strong middle for normal travel. Again, if you want to learn about cards, we have links on our website, AskSebby.com, and down below in the description box. And if you're curious, all legal affiliate disclosures can also be found below in the description box. If you made it to this point, leave a skiing emoji in the comments down below, and I'll try to heart it and also respond. My questions for you is, what's your favorite way to redeem Chase points? Has that changed over time? Also, what's your worst redemption? Let me know and everyone else know in the comments down below. Big favorite thumbs up, hit the like button, but otherwise hope you liked it. See you next time.